Hello and welcome to another small talk. Um, so to start off, after I've thought about it, and I've changed the format a bit because, well, the show is called Small Talk, and I thought, why should I report news and weather? Because people can get that everywhere. You watch the telly or read the newspaper or even see some news online. So, for entertainment value, reporting the news isn't that entertaining, I don't think. So I thought, let's keep it to what it is supposed to be, which is small talk. Now, I thought I'd share the origins of the thought that I put into this. Obviously, I'd had a few drinks, and I get home. I thought, you know what? I want to be a talk show host. Obviously, that is never going to happen, at least not yet. So I literally got my webcam and started recording. Just me. I went online, looked for some news. I thought I'd start recording that, and obviously I was drunk, so yeah, that's why the first airing, as I put it, was a bit naff really, because I didn't have the slightest idea of what I was doing. And that news was horrible, and the weather. And, I've never heard such a shitty weather forecast in my life. Yeah, in Paris it's going to be hot, and London, kind of hot, kind of cold, rainy, never mind. That's not really a weather forecast, that's just my general opinion on the weather. I've decided to carry on the show, and despite it being a drunk dream, as if I can put it that way. But yeah, I thought, after all, even though I was drunk, it's not such a bad idea. So I thought, keep it to small talk. I haven't written down anything. I've got no script or whatsoever. So here I go, just stories of my day, I guess. So yeah, I actually had my grandfather round for dinner earlier. Sweet old man, he's 72 now, knocking on a bit though. Yeah, don't tell him I said that, he'll bloody murder me. But had him round for dinner, and a month ago I ended up in hospital, and there's this trainee nurse that was looking after me, and quite good looking. She must have been about my age, about 20ish, and she took care of me and everything. And we get back from there, and he'd had his pills out because he's got heart problems, so he's got to take medication for that. And so he got his pills out, and he goes to me, "Here you go, you can have some Viagra for that hot nurse you saw in the hospital." And I looked at him like, with red in the face. "You dirty old man." He just laughed it off. But yeah, he's a bit of a pervert. He's talking about doing just about every woman he ever comes across. There's that and his bloody puns. He's talking about someone giving him head and saying he was getting ahead of things. Yeah, I bet you were. But this is actually a lot more awkward than it may seem. Just sitting here it actually is the boiler cupboard. I wasn't joking about that. I'm sitting with my back to the boiler, and just one small light. I've got about an inch between my legs and the wall here. But I thought, keeps the sounds in a bit better, and it doesn't make it go everywhere. And I'm actually using a sock on my microphone, to stop it from getting all the thingamajings. I can't remember what you call it now. Yeah, that's that. So what else has happened today? I actually started watching the Graham Norton show. I never really got into it before, but everyone knows, the Graham Norton show on BBC One. I think it airs about once a week, about 11ish. Quite a funny guy. All the celebrities on there, he does interview. It's a bit like I think it's a Jimmy Kimmel show over in America. And basically, interviews a load of celebrities that come on and talk about their lives. And they also do this thing where they get members of the audience to come in and tell their stories. And they sit on this red chair, and if the celebrities find their stories interesting, then they can get up and leave. But if the celebrities find their stories boring, then they've got to flip a switch and the chair flip backwards, sending them packing, basically. And had this Peruvian woman came on there earlier, and she goes, Graham Norton goes, where are you from? And she goes, well, I'm from Peru. And I goes, Peru? You don't sound Peruvian. Yeah, but I live in London now. She goes, all right. And one of the comedians that was there, I can't remember his name now, but he goes, you're Peruvian? Why don't you sit on a bloody llama with a pan flute then? So you just should have seen the look on her face. It's going to be a witch hunt for that guy now. You can't say anything about anybody. You've got to be very, very careful about with your jokes, who you joke about and what you joke about. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it is all fun and games. But it's so easy to offend someone. It's ridiculous. And I could say the word milk, and I could probably hear about 100 people getting offended. It's absolutely insane. Is that I think people are too scared of being racist now. Cause it's a while ago in England with. We've got this nursery rhyme where you've got Bar Bar Black Sheep, Bar Bar Black Sheep, have you any wool? That sort of stuff. But they were actually thinking of banning it because it talked about a black sheep. It's a bloody sheep, not a person. Why should that offend anybody? And it's an age-old nursery rhyme. It's not racist or anything. Bloody black sheep, for Christ's sake. Anyway, that was soon stopped. They realised how ridiculous it was. But yeah, there's a load of problems like that. There used to be some dolls that were sold as well. I think it was in the 70s. Gollywogs, they were called, and they were actually black dolls. And again, they weren't black as in brown, but they were black, like pitch black. And again, they were banned as well because they were considered racist. But again, if you get offended by a doll that doesn't really represent any part of human race, and if you get offended by a song that sings about a fucking sheep, then maybe, just maybe, you're a bit dramatic. It gets to a point where you can't walk out and you're scared to say anything in case someone gets offended. To be honest, I used to be like that quite a bit, and it got to a point I thought, what, screw this. If I'm going to say something, if I want to say something, I'm going to say it, because at the end of the day, I don't want to have to tiptoe my way around everybody just in case I hurt someone's feelings. I mean, I don't want to intentionally harm anyone. I don't want to intentionally offend anyone. But, at the end of the day, you've got to take everything with a sort of, fuck it kind of attitude, You can't go through life without ever being offended. There's always going to be something that offends you at one point or another. And so I don't think anyone really wants to put their life on hold and sort of edge their way around you just in case they say something offensive. It's like I say to people who beat around the bush all the time, and I say, well, if you want to say something to me, just say it. Don't beat around the bush, because that annoys me more than anything. So I've been looking for jobs lately, and I actually went in to a restaurant. I applied for a job as a kitchen porter in a restaurant, and so I went down there, talked to the manager, and he goes, okay, yeah, cool, I'll call you for a trial period within a week, to see how it goes and see how you get on. I said, okay, that's fine. So went back home, a week passed, and I still didn't get a call, so I called him back, and I said, yeah, it's me. I came down last week I applied for the kitchen porter job. and you could hear him immediately start beating around the bush. It's like, oh, the thing is, you see, I've got someone else on a trial period, but if that doesn't work out, then I'll call you. I said, don't beat around the bloody bush. If I haven't got the job, just tell me. Don't try and bloody comfort me by saying, if it doesn't work out, you'll call me. No, just say, I haven't got the job. And then I can concentrate on looking for other jobs, you know. See, that gets my back up. And the welfare people are the worst. They don't tell you straight, and they mess about all the time. It's like, see, I was going to go onto job seekers allowance while I was looking for a job, and so obviously getting all the paperwork sorted for the welfare people, and because I'm living in Ireland now, but obviously I'm a UK citizen, so British citizen. And so the welfare officers told me I need to get something from the UK authorities saying that I haven't claimed anything over there. Yeah, right, that's fine. So I've been up to the UK officers, said I need proof that I haven't claimed anything. And so yeah, I give him my address. I tell him what I need, which is general, because they asked me, oh, is it just for child benefits? I said, no, it's not bloody child benefits. I haven't got any children, you moron. So yeah, they always get on my nerves, that lot. But yeah, so in the end, I gave him my address. Cool, everything's sorted. Just wait for that to come through, and then I can get my job seekers sorted. A month later, I get a call. Oh, sorry, we didn't understand the address. They called me a month later to say that they didn't understand the address. If you didn't understand the bloody address, then call me within a week, not a month later. So of course I tell him the address again, tell him exactly what I need. The following day I get a letter from the Irish authorities saying that my application has been rejected, all because some prick in the UK offices isn't doing his bloody job properly. So yeah, in the end I just said, stuff it, you're not worth my time, you know, I'm just going to carry on looking for a job. I'm not even going to bother claiming benefits. I was never too keen on the idea anyway, you know, I don't really like all that sort of stuff. I don't like going on benefits. I don't like the idea of going on benefits. And so a little while back, charities come around, because I was struggling a while back with money, obviously, and charity came around. And I don't want no bloody charity, you know. I might be in trouble, but I still have my pride, you know. I don't want to use charity. A charity that, by the way, could be used for people that are in worse situations than I am, because at least I'm in a house, and well, I'm struggling to keep it, but at least I'm in a house. There's a lot of people out there on the streets that don't have anything, so rather than concentrate on the people that actually have something, you should really spend more time trying to help people that don't have anything in the first place. And so anyway, yeah, I sent them packing, and they seemed quite offended by it, but at the end of the day, I mean, I have got my pride, and I don't like using charity that I feel I don't need, and I don't like using benefits that I feel that I could go without, you know. Even though yeah, it's a tough time, and but we all go through tough times, and you know, you just got to look for the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, you know, and just keep working at it, and in the end, you know, it always works out. I mean, yeah, it's a bumpy road, but you know, I've had my ups and downs. I've been through 3 jobs over the last 3 years, and moved to Ireland because obviously, I couldn't afford to stay over in England. The prices to stay where I was in England, because I was near London at the time, and the prices there are extortionate now. There's a house in Leytonstone I was looking at, and it was a pretty run-down house on the corner of a street in the middle of nowhere. Well, obviously Leytonstone, but you get what I mean. It's not really a big place that stands out. So I was looking at that, and just for the rent, they were looking at £1,000 a month just for the rent. So on top of the £1,000 a month for the rent, you've got electricity, you've got gas, you've got water, and you've got all the food, and then you've got the council taxes and all the taxes like that. It's absolutely ridiculous. So by the time you paid everything, it could easily come up to £1,500 to even sometimes £2,000. It's for the cost of living around that area. And yeah, I said, screw it, I can't live around here. It's way too expensive. So I moved to Ireland because I've got family over there, obviously, and I thought, maybe they can hook me up, find a place fairly easily. So yeah, I found a place quite easily. Finding a house isn't a problem. Finding a job, on the other hand, is. Because when you're like me, you're living in a small village in the west of Ireland, and there's absolutely no jobs going whatsoever. I mean, is jobs going in a county north of here and a county south of this one is jobs going, but that's way too far away considering I don't even have a car. And then the jobs are actually in the county that I am, are either bloody biochemistry or managerial positions. I left school at 17. I was clearly not going to have a degree in biochemistry, am I? But yeah, I didn't actually leave school of my own free will. I think what happened was because we moved around quite a lot when I was a kid, and up until the age of up until quite recently, until I was 17 actually, when I finally left school, was the last time we moved back to England. And at that point, because I had to keep changing schools, and the programs, the education was always different in every school I went to, and in the end, I just told my mum, I'm just wasting my time here, because every time I settle down and concentrate on trying to get my qualifications, we move again. So I have to start back at square one because the education's different. I have to start over again, and I did that about 4 or 5 times over the course of maybe 6 years, and in the end, I just said, stuff it. It's really not worth it. I'm just going back to square one every single time. So what I did, I left school when I was 17, and I started working in the nursery as an apprentice, obviously. For some NVQs for childcare. I was going fairly well, but then obviously I started running into problems. I needed more money, and if anyone's been on an apprenticeship, then you probably know that the money is absolutely horrendous. I was getting £2.74 an hour, and I was working 10 hours a day. Easily, and to complement that, I had to do a cleaning job in the morning at the local college. I was doing a cleaning job there, and so I'd get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, go to work, I'd do the cleaning, finish the cleaning at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'd go home, have a quick shower, have breakfast, and then by 8 o'clock I had to be up at the nursery, and then from 8 o'clock until 6 o'clock I'd be working up at the nursery. So all in all, I'd easily have about a 13-hour day work, and that was 5 days a week. So it took its toll on me in the end. I thought, I'm putting all this effort into NVQ, which would have been worth it if I could have kept it up, but it was just too much. I was getting more money off the bloody 2 hours cleaning than I was from 10 hours working in the nursery, which is absolutely ridiculous, really. So anyway, I just said, stuff it, I need more money, I'm going to find another job. So I left. Obviously, I didn't give them, because on the contract they were asking for a month's notice. But see, I got out of that loophole because I'd already told them, it was a January, and I told them, I can't work here anymore, I need to concentrate on finding another job because I need more money, I'm not getting any money. So I told my boss that okay. And for that reason, I didn't sign the contract, obviously, because it was a year-long contract, and I couldn't wait a year. And so 2 months pass, and I find a job, and So they said, well, can you give us a month's notice? I said, no, I can't. I'm not going to give you a month's notice. It says that in the contract, but I haven't signed the contract, so I'm not obliged to follow any of the rules in the contract on any of the terms. So I just left straight away, dropped my uniform off and all the paperwork that I had left over, I dropped off and just left. They weren't too happy about it, but I can't do anything about it because I didn't sign the contract, so I wasn't obliged to follow through with any of the terms. So after that I started working as an air conditioning engineer because my stepdad owned a company there, and so he said, right, I know usually you need to do all this training stuff, but I'm going to give you a shot. Why don't you come and work in the workshop making air ducts? I said, sure, why not? It's a job. So I went down there, and it was a really tough job, but it was bloody worth it. I think that was around the time when I got the PlayStation 4. Actually, it took me 2 weeks to get enough money to pay rent, food, bills, and buy a PlayStation 4. That's how you know that it was damn good money. But yeah, eventually I fell out with him, and got into a massive argument. I got fired, and then so I went for quite a time without a job. I was doing odd jobs on the side, getting as much money as I could. But then a few months later, I obviously ran out of money and I couldn't really afford. So we moved to Ireland, and here I am. It's a long story. I don't even know how I got here, to be honest. But yeah, this is the kind of small talk I'm talking about. Kind of sort of, well, it's not really small talk at this point. It's more my life story. Someone will write a bloody biography about me after this. But yeah, I thought, change the format a bit, try and make it a bit more entertaining, because reporting news and half-assed weather forecasts I don't think it's going to work too well, because you've got news on the telly, news in newspapers, news online. I need to find something different, something that people find engaging, that I find entertaining. And I don't know about you, but I don't really find the news that entertaining. But that was how it started. I got drunk and thought I wanted to host a show. So here I am in my boiler cupboard, actually hosting some sort of show. It was weird, but it works, I guess, for me. Even if no one subscribes or no one watches it, it gives me a way to vent, I guess. So yeah, I actually have a Twitter account set up now, and I also have my Google Plus account all sorted out. I thought, it's quite nice, everything sorted. I also mentioned in the last show that I was going to put my email in the description in case you wanted to contact me. Obviously I forgot to do that, so that didn't work out too well. But I will do it this time. I will remember to do it. I'm sobered up now, so no problems whatsoever. I will remember to put the description in there. Put the description in. I'm bumbling on my words now. Put the email in the description, sorry. And, if you find it entertaining, if anyone is even watching this, I don't know, but if you find it entertaining, be sure to let me know and leave a like, perhaps, or subscribe if you're that interested. I mean, it's just some old, well, not old, I'm 20, but it's just some guy venting in the boiler cupboard in front of his laptop. But you have no idea how awkward it is. Anyway, with that being said, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you really enjoyed it that much. And yeah, good night.